Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul Young, and I've decided to do a video about how you kind of overcome life challenges that you're faced in everyday life. Part of this is coming from my own testimony of some of the challenges I have faced over the past year or so. So I felt it was only thoughtful myself to kind of do a quick presentation to what some of the stuff I overcome and how that can basically benefit you as part of your overall strategy. So this is just a brief presentation to walk you through. So when you define life challenges, it can come into different things and they can actually steamroll you. And some of it are the key areas that you're seeing here, which are career, relationship, and family. Now some of them can be combined together as the triple whammy, so to speak. So when you're looking at things, the first thing you're going to do is there's that anxiety that's going to come into play. There's going to be the blame game that comes into play. There's going to be different things you come into because the emotional side tends to come out as you're going through these challenges, and that's something to bear in mind as you're thinking things through it clearly in terms of the direction of your life is going to head. So you need to take a step back and try to pull the emotions out. So how I like to phrase it this way: life will never be fair. It will deal you a hand. That hand is something you'll have to play out there. You may not like that hand, and it may be something you're going to get mad about that hand, but it doesn't change the hand you're dealt. So you have to look at that hand and assess it now, how you're going to take that hand and make something out of your life. Now basically what I tell people is you need to take a step back and basically take the emotions out. Most cases, a lot of people, when they get into dilemmas, basically emotions come to the forefront. And it's very hard to kind of control it, but you have to do your best to do that, because what ends up happening is sometimes you'll make decisions parted on your emotions, but you should have likely thought with your brain first, and that's really critical. The second thing you should bear in mind, it doesn't do any good to go to social media, whether that's Instagram, whether that's Facebook, or any sort of LinkedIn, to start blasting people, whether that's with a relationship or whether that's with your career or your family. Some of that stuff should stay private. You can make key comments that you're going through challenges and to get that out there, but you shouldn't be trying to labor that through social media. A, you don't want to get the overall sympathy card too much, and B, you don't want it to get you the direction that you're trying to blame everybody around there, because people will get bitter when they start looking at this. Plus the legality aspect too as well. It can open you up for legal lawsuits, especially when you get into relationships and careers. It can cause some problems there, and that's something to bear in mind. How do you move forward with a plan? Well, you need to sit down and map out. If it's a career loss, how can you take your career now and make something out of it now? What are the options available? If it's a relationship, if somebody doesn't want to be with you, then you have to make that decision is to move on. You can try to cry and get something back about it, but the point is there's a reason why that happened. So what you need to do is pull away and leave them alone. And the best way to deal with any type of situation, whether it's personal, on a career, family, or with a relationship, is always be nice. And though sometimes that's difficult to do, but it's always good to be nice, because that's critical to drive things. People that tend to be nice, as Patrick Swayze said in the movie Roadhouse, it gets to the people. It bothers them more because it shows them that they're not getting to you. So never try to show weakness as you're going through these challenges. So it's very critical to really work hard, define your new plan, work through it to make sure it's attainable and it's realistic. And then put measuring points in. Put targets where you are 1, 3, 4, 6, maybe a year out, to see how you made in terms of the milestones, in terms of how you moved forward. This is a brief presentation. I wanted to do it because I've gone through these challenges in life, whether it's been a career change, whether it's been a relationship. It's easy to blame people around you for what's happened to you in your life, but it doesn't change the outcome. I always tell people that life will never be fair. It's up to you to make the changes to adjust what's impacted you. As I said, it's critical to come up with a plan. It's critical to take the emotions out of it. The reason why I did this video is because I went through these challenges about a year ago, and I wanted to make sure, as part of going through these challenges, what I did is basically used the emotion I had for that particular situation and channeled it to other things. I ended up talking to more people. I got more engaging in terms of surrounding myself with positive people. I focused on my career, and I changed things around in terms of how I wanted to move forward, because on this planet we're all on our own master plan. Sometimes we get some disruption in that master plan, but we're still on our own master plan. That being said, you need to be cognizant why these things happen. They do happen for a reason. And sometimes we're blinded by certain things that we don't realize as part of the overall life, because life is too short. So my overall underlining statement to you is take life's challenges and make something out of it. Because you're your own boss, and try to run your life like you're your own boss. And that's the best advice I can give you.